to even consider going for it, got to get at least 12 yards.
Well, Fenwick last week was 1 for 12 against Mount Carmel on third down as well. A lot of faith in Hosty to air it out here.
He's got a man, Marshall, behind the defensive back. Touchdown, Marshall! Touchdown, Friars. Nate Marshall. It's not his primary position, Sam, but for people that don't know him, they could fool him.
Well, we saw him get utilized in that same role. Not the deep threat down the field. He was a red zone weapon 2 weeks ago when they traveled to Lisle to take on Bennett Academy. Was used in a reception and on a two-point conversion against the Red Wings. Marshall, though, turning on the Jets and getting past his guy. Now he's going to take the snap. Wildcat Marshall himself.
How about that, partner? The two-point conversion. They like to do that a lot because he's hard to bring down in the open field. Two-point conversion is good, and that makes it 8-0 in favor of Fenwick. We're going to take a break. You're watching the Friars against the Corsairs here on SBS.
Thies has been having a phenomenal first quarter.
He sure has, partner, and that'll make it 4th and 9. Another punt. That one's blocked. Loose ball. And he fumbled. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. That would be a safety if Carmel recovered in their own end zone.
Nate Marshall had it. And then around the 20-yard marker, he loses it. Ball ends up on the ground.
Oh my goodness.
And coming away with it in the end zone, it's the Friars.
Touchdown, Friars. Law of probability, Friars would get that ball. There were 3 Friars, 1 Corsair in the end zone. Touchdown, Friars. You got to be good at all 3 facets of the game. The Carmel defense, okay. The offense, meh, mediocre. And the special teams unit, not so good. And you get a punt block, touchdown, Friars. Now it's 14-0, and you can't blame the defense on that one.
Well, and Martinez, the punter, roughed up after that one, too. Took a big hit.
Duncan dives. Look, it's not the most fun thing to watch, but there's a reason why Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls doing it.
7.
That's right, 7. Do we count the Tampa Bay thing? Or
Now, here's the thing. I'm a Patriots fan, so I don't want to, but you have to.
Look at Trey Taylor. Out of the pocket, beautiful throw on the move. And he hasn't even played an A-plus game tonight. Imagine when he's on his game how much better it can look.
But I'm seeing every single play he's surveying where number 9 is. Rocking the high pink socks, he's a neon sign, and especially when he blows up the line of scrimmage and he's on your tail. Taylor's done a good job of aiding Nate Marshall so far tonight, though.
Clean pocket for Taylor to the sideline. 5 yards, 7 yards at a time. 3rd and goal at the 1. Under 5 to go in the first half. They're going to switch the formation. 1 wide receiver wide. Handoff. Went into his own blocker. Tackle for loss. Friars with a huge 3rd and goal stop.
McKee across the left side going behind Lamberti that time. The Friar D-line just drives the rest of that Corsair front 5 backwards.
They're going to go for it, at least right now. Will they do a hard count and force the Friars to call a timeout? Pitch to the right. Here comes the flea flicker to the end zone. Touchdown pass. Excellent execution by the Carmel Catholic Corsairs. Donnie Day to Jack Greiber. Touchdown pass.
Greiber's 2nd week in a row with a receiving touchdown. That always seems to slip behind everybody. As soon as I saw a toss, my mind went to flea flicker.
Yeah, I mean, and that's something that Fenwick has to know. You're not going to try to do a pitch, as that one's blocked and missed by Carmel Catholic. So now it's still a 2-possession lead. So after all that, if you had just kicked the field goal, you would have lost out on 3 points. Now, you can't think like that. You're going to miss the PAT, but But that's the thing that Fenwick has to learn as they get closer to the postseason. When they run a pitch play on 4th and goal, it's most likely flea flicker because you'd really have to trust in your blockers to try to gain 4 yards on a pitch play.
Right, and we saw the Friars just everybody sell out towards the ball carrier.
You know, sometimes you can blame the blocking on a punt. That time it's on the punter. Meanwhile, 1st and 10 at the 41. Plenty of time for the Friars. Little underthrown, but a comeback route and a beauty. And it's delivered to Stewart.
Haven't called Raphael Stewart's name much tonight. You said it though, Kyle. Underthrown ball by Hosty. Stewart has his man beat. Coming back in about a yard or two. Keeping his body in the right positioning. Flipping the field. And another sign of life for the Friars offense.
Like to get at least 5 more yards for your kicker. Pump fake by Hosty. He's thinking 6. He's got Stewart. Touchdown pass. It's delivered from Hosty to Stewart. Friar fans are loving it. Absolute silence from the away fans.
Stewart rarely used, but when they call his name, he delivers. 2 weeks ago against Bennett, 2 catches for 6 yards and a score.
It's been a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde game for Benjamin Harris. He was beat on coverage. 1st and 10 at the 30. 19 seconds on the clock. Here comes the pressure. Taylor to the end zone. Incomplete.
Pressure from Colin Murray. Taylor steps up, finds his guy. But again, this Friar secondary just giving him fits. We've talked earlier about the height and athleticism of these Corsair receivers, but Friars are sticking with them.
It was in the hands of Wilder, and then at the last second, Tim Pone with a nice deflection. Taylor definitely has the arm strength, the future Division I quarterback. Here comes the pressure. Has to get outside the pocket, looks downfield, up in the air. And I think it was intercepted. Intercepted by Fenwick.
Charlie Henricks coming away with it at the end.
You know, partner, just nothing went well for Carmel Catholic in the first half. And an example was on that play. A simple Hail Mary, and they can't get the pass protection. So Trey's got to go outside the pocket to his left, where he's got to throw across his body. Frankie Hosty doing an admirable job coming in for Williams. Completion percentage not there, though, just 50% off the bench today. 2nd and 9, ball at the 29. Clean pocket for Hosty, looks downfield, it's Smith. Past the 40, eyeing the goal line. Touchdown, Treston Smith. Touchdown, Friars. It's like a video game. The only thing they can complete is Treston Smith over the middle, or Nate Marshall, or Raphael Stewart with the chunk plays.
While they're in coverage, Smith just makes half a move going towards the edge and then shimmies back towards the middle and then just turn and burn speed to get by him. Yeah, it feels like if they don't convert on this 3rd down, everything else afterward is going to just feel like the inevitable.
Getting outside the pocket is Taylor. Running a whole mile to complete that pass. Finally to Greiber, breaking off a tackle. He broke off Esposito. Still on his feet, then Marshall finally brings him to the turf. Taylor again making something out of nothing. He ran from one side of the pocket to the other, completed it, and then Jack Greiber breaking off tackles.
Yeah, spinning through 2 defenders in a row. Running east-west about 70 yards to get a gain of 9, but on 4th and 1 now, this is going to be pivotal play tonight.
You don't need a touchdown, you just need 10 yards.
Might look Wilder's way again, number 14, top wide receiver on the far side. Or the tight end, Greiber.
Pump fake. Taylor, he's going to run with it. Can he get it? He will. Still on his feet. Taylor to the end zone. Touchdown! They wanted Taylor to make a big play, and Sammy did it himself.
Yeah, Taylor kind of baited the defenders between right around the 10-yard line. Looked like he was going to slide down, try to avoid a hit. Instead, he pops right back up. Just gets around him to the left edge.
You don't necessarily have to go for 2 now, because if you don't get it, you're down 17, which would be 3 scores.
Henrich's the defensive back looking back at this run. Looks like he's ready to deliver a big hit, but again, you try to not draw a penalty there. Delivers a shot on a wide receiver for a block, and Taylor able to take it himself.
And 2-point conversion, no good. 29-12, pass deflection by the Friars. We'll take a break. You're watching the Friars against the Corsairs here on SBS, but there is a flag on the play. It's holding against Carmel. They're going to decline it, so we will go to break here. 29-12. Handoff to Morgan, still on his feet. Morgan near the 25. Possibly a back-breaking run against the Corsairs.
Just bouncing off of one guy after the other, staying upright, not getting tied up with his feet. Got spun around as well, stayed upright. Another big chunk yardage for the Friars. Not to sound too Midwest, but it's the win that'll get you. I'm just waiting for that to be the nail in the coffin in a couple weeks' time.
Morgan, he's going to get it, and more. Up the middle. Touchdown run, Morgan, and that should do it. The backbreaker, the dagger, however you want to slice it, that's going to give Fenwick a 7-2 record, and Carmel's night is done.
The left side of the offensive line, Bertacci specifically, throws a great block. Tim Mulcahy as well.